my favorite YouTubers, Tosin Alabi, made this really awesome video. Well, she's been doing it for a couple years where she talks about like lessons she's learned in that year. And I think one thing that she does that's really neat is that like she writes out the lessons as the year is going. So it makes sense because then you're more likely to remember because you're writing it as you go. And I think maybe she writes some additional notes to help it know what she was thinking about when she wrote that lesson and things like that. Unfortunately, I did not do that at the beginning of the year, but I still want to share like some things that I think were highlights of 2021. Not highlights like good things that happened per se, but just lessons I learned that I want to record. Because when I record these things, it's for you to obviously learn, because I really like to share what I'm learning, but it's also for me to have like a record of what was going on at the time and lessons I've learned and chronicle my growth as well. So I hope you enjoy this. Let's go. It won't be that long because I didn't write them down like I said, but a couple things stood out to me. The first one is enjoy your life. Sounds very basic, but Pastor Nomthi passed this year, and Pastor Nomthi Dukaya was like she was like a pastor's wife in Nigeria. I wasn't like a super fan. Like there's some people that I absolutely love everything about and I always know updates in their life, but I loved her from afar, which is a lot of people as well. And she was always just like, she exuded a lot of joy and like chill, joy, righteousness, peace, joy in the Holy Ghost. Like that's the person that comes to my mind when I think of that song basically. And she passed like after 2 years of battling cancer apparently, and but Nigerians don't really share when things are going wrong with them, but she was South African married to a Nigerian and very much absorbed our Nigerian culture. But I don't know if it was just a privacy thing, because obviously I said I didn't know her that well, so I'm sure people that knew and loved her in real life, so not social media, probably knew. But my point was just like something about her passing made me just remember that life is short. Like not just that life is short, but that like you have to really just enjoy your life. What are you going to do? Like bad things happening doesn't mean that you cannot enjoy your life. It's basically what it was, that the fact that things aren't going the way you expect them to, or the fact that you have like less than one thing that you don't have one thing that you really want, or like a season feels really horrible, doesn't mean that there isn't life to be enjoyed. Whether that means eating and marrying, or chilling with your friends more, spending a little bit of money on yourself, forcing yourself to like get a certification you need to get to like level up at work. Just like really remember that this life is one. Finish chop all the life that there is to chop on this earth. Like honor God, but also chop life. And now I'm going with my Nigerian self, so if there's no Nigerians watching it, just chop life. This means like really like enjoy your life. And almost, so for me it was like, I wouldn't say I was like wallowing in self-pity before then, but I just came to realize that maybe I need to be more deliberate about my enjoyment of my life. And what does that mean? Maybe like structuring my work so that I'm not like overworking, because that's a tendency I have apparently. I didn't know it was that bad, but I think working at home during the pandemic has kind of made it show more. Like if you leave me, I can just be on my computer for hours and I'm actually working. And it's not as if the work doesn't need to be done. It does need to be done, but if I die, the work will continue. And this applies to everything. Work at my employer, but also work at church. Like I want to serve, I want to give God my best, but I also need to just chill and enjoy my life. I wonder if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me that. But it came to me this year. One of the things I want to do is to like figure out what that means. So okay, how can I then like put structure in my life to make sure that I'm truly planning for joy, I'm planning for enjoyment. One way is vacations. I really like vacations, so I'm going to see if I can do more of them. So that was one big one. I feel like I've been very fidgety because I'm a bit out of practice with this video thing, and I got a very annoying text before this, so I'm trying to like act the joy. Okay, and the second thing I learned is that feedback is a gift, and I can split this into two parts. The first is that like receiving feedback is a gift, so be thankful for it, but also when you're giving feedback, know that it's a gift you're giving them. So like really put the thought into the feedback you're giving to make sure that it's a gift that's acceptable. So is it true? Is it based on facts? Is it actionable? Like do they know what to do now that you're giving them the feedback? Or like, and are they in the place where they can receive it well? Is the medium you're choosing to give them the best one? Like, should you be sending this lengthy paragraph over text? This is notes to self. Or should you maybe call and have this conversation, even if it's a harder conversation? Is 8 a.m. the best 8 a.m. in the morning the best time to, you know, respond to this, or should you like wait till the person's had the chance to wake up properly? And I'm coming to a point where I have to like, I'm growing in leadership, and I'm fighting it in a sense because it also means more responsibility, and I don't know if I'm ready for it, but I don't know if I need to be ready for it or if I just need to like embrace it. It's like, yeah, yeah, I don't have more to say there. So there's that part on the giving side of it, but I've just really been thinking that this year I'd like to think more about how I give feedback, and what that's also to like people below, but also people above me. Like, do I need to even share the feedback? Like, if I haven't thought about it and packaged it properly as like a gift, then maybe it's not your time to share it. So think about it before you give feedback. And to the other side of receiving it, but also still here on the giving side, like my current manager really does a really good job at giving feedback. Like, before any of our like one-on-ones where he needs to share something with me, like it's obvious that he has thought about it before that meeting. Like, he's written down not just what he wants to say I need to improve on, or but also like what I'm good at. So it's always like not just the sandwich approach, but you know that it's thoughtful, and I think that makes it more impactful. Look at me rhyming. So yeah, I want to be more like that and to think about it. But on the receiving side, even when feedback is like negative, just helping me, I'm thinking that okay, this is feedback is a gift. If nobody tells you what you need to improve on, you just be here thinking like you're all that great. Yeah. Okay, so those are the two ones that stood out to me this year. There's probably other things I learned, and I'm just gonna block this one out. I might not give as much context, but one of them was that like you can be, maybe it ties back to the first one, you can be joyful even when you're not like, even when something that isn't good is going on, because like sometimes the joy you have helps it, makes it easier to go through the hard time, because you're, you know, like yeah, you can be joyful even when you're not going through, when everything isn't great, you can be joyful. And then so I watched Tosin Alavi's, I think I'll just link that video here if I'm able to, or maybe it'll be in the description. One thing I really saw in her video, the one for this year, I've actually been following her over the years and I've watched almost every yearly lesson, but one that that stood out to me that I kind of want to think about more is like, how did she put it? A skill you don't hone will be mediocre at best, or something like that. That like, even if you're gifted with something, right? Well, maybe not even if you're gifted, but like something that you're good at, or that you have or you like, or that you want to do, if you don't like put in the deliberate efforts to learn, if you don't put in the work, you will just be okay at it, or at the very best you would not tap the potential that you're able to get. So you wouldn't even like scratch the surface and how good you can get. And I'm hoping that will help me with my YouTube, because I'm out of practice for this video, I've had a hard time like really looking at the camera like I'm looking at yours eyes, because I know that it's important to stay engaged. And also because, yeah, so because of that, like if I had been doing this more frequently, this wouldn't be such a struggle. So I'm really trying to see how consistent I can be, but I've been struggling with like just thinking about exactly what kind of content I wanted to put out this year, because I don't want to just put out content for the sake of content. But I'll leave it there so that this video doesn't get too long. 3 things that I'm going to 2022 doing. This last one, thinking about the skills I want to hone and like putting my time to them. And let me segue a little bit. Prioritizing. I feel like, because I don't know what has happened, but I just feel like my time is now limited. Not that I'm gonna die or anything, but I'm realizing that 24 hours is like only so many hours, and like there are only so many things I can give myself to. So I'm still like embracing my multi-hyphen self and like, you know, having multiple passions and all of that, but some of them I would just leave as interests and like do them for joy or for like friends and family, and let that be, but not expect to be wonderful at them. And so I'm just gonna like figure out what do I want to be really good at, and see, can I give these things the next 5 years, the next 10 years. I'm trying to basically like reduce the things I'm doing but do them better. I was saying 3 things I'm gonna do in 2022. I apologize if it's all over the place, but I hope you're still able to follow. I'm gonna like enjoy my life, figure out what that means and do it more. I'm going to What's the second thing? Learn how to give better feedback and decide if I want to be like a people leader, or like, you know, a technical person that just keeps being technical. But I think regardless of what industry, how I choose to do that, I'm going to have to just get better at giving and getting feedback. And then I'm going to figure out what skills I want to hone in on and do that. How about you? What did you learn in 2021? What stood out to you as like a theme for the year, or some things that just kept recurring that you really feel are lessons? Tell me about it in the comment section. And is that like informing how you're going to be in 2022? And if this is a video you're watching many years later, well, tell me what you're learning in the year that we're in. And yeah, I want to hear from you guys. Don't leave me on red. Tell me about it. I feel like there was one more thing. Let me think a little bit. Yes, so definitely what I'm going to do is, now that it's January, it's the early days of January, and January 3rd actually, I don't know when this video will be out. I'm going to start a note in my phone and like write out what I'm learning as I go, because I want to be able to look back and say, this is what I learned in 2022. I used to journal before, and I haven't done as much anymore, but yeah, this will be a good way to recap the year and count our days. Alright guys, wishing you the very best year, and I'd like to hear from you. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, I share videos about life and love and what I'm learning about it. Deuces. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let me do that again. Look at the camera. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for being here. Whatever. Hey guys. Oh god. I'm never gonna say hey guys before I get it. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited you're here. I don't want to introduce myself. I'm just gonna get into it.